Thanks for letting me tag along, Guardian. Legends say that the Headless Ones are endlessly searching for their lost ghosts. Like me! Monsters are real, and very clever disguises. Maybe something friendly will come out. They're filled with loot! Happy Festival of the Lost, Guardian.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
All of your internet belong to us now.
I'm gonna clam stamp your mom.
I'm Tej, in case you couldn't tell from his very kind intro, and I'm a creator on Twitch. I like to create Destiny content for the masses, and consider myself a pretty top tier fashionista when it comes to dressing up my Guardian to look, well, pretty much like anything. One of the best parts about Destiny is that you can look as unique or as not as you want. And I guess you can find me doing that. You can find me making TikToks where I impersonate Destiny characters.
Which very good, by the way. Really
Yeah.
good voiced.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I was really impressed by that.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just I built a community based on the concept of just having a safe place for everybody to chill online, no matter kind of what your history is or what your walk in life is, and it's just there's enough anger and toxicity around where we can do whatever we can to kind of move away from that.
Amen.
So you started streaming on Twitch. Obviously, you've got YouTube content. How hard was it to start entering into the TikTok field? You know,
Man, it was
I see it's kind of new for a lot of the guys. You know, it's a different format. It's upright. You're having to form. I mean, really, I mean, because we're all used to doing, you know, wide angle shots for YouTube videos or for Twitch, you know, whatnot. Now you're having to think about. You're almost having to be a little bit of a director when you're doing things.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
tell us how you kind of got started in that and what your process is behind it.
Well, I used to just like kind of do impersonations of characters during streams, you know, for situations that fit whatever I happen to be doing. So like if I do something cool in Gambit and I'm unsatisfied with what the Drifter said or sometimes didn't say, you know, I would just insert my own Drifter comment. You know, sometimes you know I just you can throw in like a explicative or something to kind of enhance the
Oh my God, you
color-
must have a
colorful
Go
image.
XLR sitting there, don't you?
I certainly do. Yeah.
Yes, just like Joey bleeps himself.
I was like, who did that?
We were recording literally for this video Joey was doing over the weekend, and just in normal talking, he's not even streaming. He's bleeping himself as he's talking to us, and not even recording. It's like he's so used to doing it anyway.
Yeah, so like I started doing these voices, and eventually I don't remember who it was. Somebody in my inner circle was like, you should like put those on TikTok, and I was like, oh, that's for the kids. That's that's.
Oh wait, hold the fuck up. How old are you?
I'm in my 30s.
Yeah, kids, kiss my ass.
He's just a baby.
Kids. Well, I mean, listen, I opened the app for the first time and I was like, I don't even know how to browse this. I don't even know where's my profile picture, any of this stuff. But I think one of the coolest things about it is that when you start doing it, what really kept me doing it, I guess, was that the onboard editor for video within TikTok is actually really robust and really impressive.
Yeah.
So I like to put a lot of time into editing videos. Sometimes I even take them into Final Cut before I put them on TikTok if they need, graphic enhancements or whatever, kind of overlaid and things. But what's actually available inside the app was so cool. I was like, oh man, you could do anything. And so it just kind of became a situation where I latched onto some relevant part of Destiny's story and then had a whole bunch of characters.
Like
talk
from
about
your
that.
phone, or are you talking about the app like on a PC?
Like on the phone. So
Okay.
and I don't record directly into TikTok. Some people do that. I that's too risky for me. I don't know how to. I can't do that.
He's like, I can't have a dick slip here.
So I'll record a video into my phone and then upload it to TikTok, add whatever special effects they have available to them through their editor, and then post it usually, unless it needs more. But it's actually like it's been a really interesting, new and very different creative outlet for me that I don't have anywhere else. There's not really anywhere else I put videos like that, or would have ever thought to put videos like that.
Before
Before
we go too far off, I want to get this out of the way because we agreed to not go too far over this line. But when you're doing your stream, and you told us right up front, when you're streaming, you do public face. When you are doing the other thing, it's the other thing. How do you separate that on your stream? Because people have got to find you based on what your other thing is, and then want to ask you questions. So do you shut them down right away, or do you kind of like kindly explain it, or how do you go about going, hey, for when we're doing the stream, I'm just the stream guy, Big Daddy over here, not
Yeah, I mean, I think it's I'm fortunate in that the role that I play professionally has very little to do with exposure.
Okay.
You'd be hard pressed to find anybody who knows my name as a result of any of that stuff, and definitely not anything having to do with production or on camera. But
I just assume from looking at your Twitter profile and people, stuff like that people come in and just want to pound you with questions, that, and then of course, like you've already got such like a nice demeanor about it. Are you like, hey man, we just don't talk about that over there? Or are you like, ban, fuck you, get out?
Never like that. No, that's definitely not. That is not going to get me anywhere. No, I think it's more or less just like if you're here, you're here for me, and that's
That's fair.
If I can answer questions via DMs and things, I will. But most of the time, it's more or less just I just ask for the mutual respect.
Fair enough. I just would have to assume, because I've known a lot of guys who've gotten recognized from their other thing in the Destiny community also, and then people hit them up, and it's like, So I just wanted to ask that before we got too far down the rabbit hole, and then
So switch from being a. Go ahead, Boop.
I was gonna say, you said when we've got you on your stream, we've got you, right?
That's
but
right.
we also have all the Destiny universe with us too.
That's right.
Because you play. So tell us about how you really gotten involved in doing the impersonations. I mean, did you do impersonations long ago with stars, actors, things like that, and then now you've practiced into?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
I mean, I think if you ask my mom, she'd say that I've been like impersonating characters like from Disney movies since I was like, really, really little.
Light.
Yeah, what do you think is your most spot on character?
What he's asking you without saying it is, would you do an impersonation for us?
Oh no! I want to know. I want to know about this Disney.
Do you like being on the spot? We can
I love it.
Yeah.
It's great.
No,
this is why I came.
I'm pretty sure he did. What's the Disney character?
Well, I mean, so I didn't really start doing. I started to do more memorization when I was a kid, and I would literally just quote entire films, the dinner table or whatever, back and forth. And it wasn't until I was kind of older that I started to latch onto certain quotes and then try to sound like the character who said the quote. And I guess let's say
Jack Sparrow.
Oh my God.
Jack Sparrow, unfortunately, is not one of the ones in my repertoire. It could be maybe someday. It's not a bad one to work on, though.
Can you do the fox from what was it, Robin Hood from back in the 60s?
He was about to tell us. I want to know.
Oh my gosh, boy, no, I can't. I think, gosh, I mean, from Disney, I did a lot of Lion King and Toy Story stuff when I was young. Really liked to quote those ones, and then I guess like. Even Hercules, Hades was so quotable in Hercules that, I would go around and try to insert his quotes in it. But I guess it wasn't really till, you start to hang out with, like, a voice. You latch onto the easy ones, Gollum and Smeagol. Everybody does a Gollum voice. Or like a Yoda. Like, anybody can do Yoda and Grover and all these characters that, basically have the exact Kermit. And then as you kind of start to explore... I guess through doing some of those easy ones, you learn a little bit more about how to shape your voice. And as you hear a character and you start to think about the inflections of those characters, one of the most interesting things about doing impressions is that it actually is not really about accuracy. It's about making sure you hit the key attributes of that character's voice that other people recognize. So, perfect example is like, okay, I don't do a very good Jeff Goldblum. But if I were to start talking like him, you guys would know exactly who it was because you have to, you can latch onto the things that make Jeff Goldblum Jeff Goldblum.
When you do these impressions, do you find yourself thinking, not I should be acting like this, but like thinking like as if you were that person?
Kind of, yeah. A little bit, yeah.
When I did radio, we used to work on, the generic ones like Schwarzenegger and all that. And my voice coach would tell us, you can't, everybody's got a Schwarzenegger, whether you realize it or not. You have a Schwarzenegger. It just takes, right, there you go. But my voice coach was always like, you can't think about, what would that character be saying? You have to think, I am that character, and that gets you right into that. Yep. So,
100%.
One of the things that always impressed me is because, I like Jay Moore when he does his impersonations, and one of his most iconic to me is the Chris Walken, and everybody does one. Most of the people who do impersonations, but before he even says a single word comes out of his mouth of Walken, his face almost transforms into it. And he almost mimics first the face and the movements before he starts doing the voice. Do you find yourself doing that when you're doing
every time?
A lot of every time. You almost have to get into physical character before you get into vocal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, obviously, I have the advantage because it's video. And even when I record audio for people, I've been asked to record some people's Twitch alerts and things. I recorded this video and extract the audio because I need that kind of mirror to to see it and to, sell it to myself basically. But perfect example is like Zavala, for example. We all know stoic Zavala. I can't just sit here and talk. At first I had to kind of and get into this very
the grumpy face.
Where did Molly go, by the way?
I don't know. I actually texted her to see if she was all right, but maybe she's got to go redo her face. Who knows?
So you gotta feel like you said, feel like you are the character before you can do the character's voice. So the same. And Devram has one that's a little bit similar. It's like a very you pinch the nose, right? Because he's English. There's Varix.
Drifter.
Drifter. Actually, I might flip into Drifter a little bit too naturally. He's a little bit
right.
He's a little bit too close to home, so I don't really have to change my face too much for him. But
trust.
Yeah. I think the Drifter I really have to Drifter's. One of the hardest. I always record Drifter last. There's a little peek behind the curtain. For every video I do, even if Drifter has his lines at the beginning, I always record him last because he absolutely wrecks my voice.
Because it's hard to
Really?
shake it afterwards. Like everyone sounds like Drifter afterwards.
It's, well,
Like you get
that,
stuck,
but
like
also
your face
like
will get stuck like that. Your
I'll
face
have
will get
to,
stuck like that.
like it's sore. Like, cause
Yeah.
you have to really apply. Like, I mean, Todd is so good. He does such a fantastic job, and he'll always do it better than me. But yeah, naturally.
Well,
but
I mean,
So
he's always going to do him better than I can do him.
That's right. That's right.
Bungie has kind of changed voice actors over time,
Sure.
Of course they have to with scheduling conflicts and whatnot. But has Crow been the same guy from Destiny 1 as he is
Yes.
to now? Today?
Yep.
Because for some reason,
Does he?
he sounds
Yep.
so much different when I remember him back from Destiny 1. And especially him and the Queen. I take it the Queen's changed, right?
No, the same actors for that also. But,
Same Queen.
Really?
but
Same
can I tell you why without?
It's a different Ikora, though.
Yeah,
Why
it
they
is.
sound so much different from Destiny 1
I
and
can
2?
I can tell you a big reason for that is COVID, and the recording at home versus the recording in the sound studio.
Sure.
Pre-COVID, Bungie was moving to letting the actors do, if they could do it at home, let them do it at home, and it's just a totally different setup than what an audio engineer is going to have in that booth. So
When I
Even
came back,
Wallace.
Smalls, Ryan told me that I offended you in this way you left. And I was like,
God, Ryan, you're the worst.
I love
So
it.
Wow.
No, my
You-
my ex-husband just called. My kid wanted to say goodnight, so I figured that took priority at the moment. I have a
good night,
3-year-old,
Moon. Good
You-
night,
so
Moon.
little pliable age. You won't be.
Well, that's
Put
great
them
and
first.
wonderful and all that, and I'm happy you get to talk to your kid. You can go fuck yourself, Josh. Remember, I'm the guy with all the buttons that can turn this off. So, and I can hang up the call.
Yes, but you gotta
Okay, the
remember.
funny
So-
thing is, it wouldn't have surprised me, Ryan, if you
Pick-
said that.
pick on the
So
fat
that's
kid,
part
it's
of all
fine.
that.
All of a sudden, guys, like, we're climbing that rock wall, and you just cut the rope on me, and I fly off.
Yeah,
It does kind of shrink it back down to 4 screens, so it's nice fit.
I do have the
that would
force.
solve some of our problems.
So, all right, so
No,
So-
I know that. I know
Person in
that.
the middle, and that
Molly,
would be
he was
fine.
right before
So-
you interrupted us. He was about to do an impression, and you fucked it all up. So
Oh well.
Yeah.
Did you really expect anything else? Proceed.
He was going to do all 3 Jokers. He was going to do Heath Ledger. He was going to do
Mark
Phoenix,
Hamill.
and then Mark.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
That was
Mark
it.
Hamill. Mark Hamill would be the toughest one. I'm sitting here thinking I was going to do the Jared Leto.
He-
I was
he
going to give
did-
him those 3, but
No,
Mark
no,
Hamill's-
don't give Jared Leto's Joker the time of day. I mean, no, I like the shirt and all, but yeah,
There-
that's
I don't know,
about
they-
where my life for that movie stops.
yeah,
Mark
but I
Hamill,
didn't
Mark
mind.
Hamill's Batsy, right? That's where that one.
What's
That's
that?
where he gets the. That's a like the old Batsy. That's he calls him old
Yeah,
Batsy all
yes,
the time.
yep,
and- yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that one. I like that. I actually used to do a really good Heath Ledger. I haven't done it in a long time, so I'd be maybe too embarrassed to do it on live podcast. But
I mean,
boy.
It might be.
Hey,
but
nobody's
it's
watching, and
worth
we
a
can turn
shot.
this shit off. You know?
It's worth
We'll
a
just put a
shot.
pin in this and go live in like 15 seconds. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean that first the you want to know how I got these scars monologue was one of my favorite impressions to do in college. And that was like my party trick because that movie was so relevant then. But
think
that
it
was
still
the you
is.
get
Still
you
my
get a few
favorite.
few libations into 6 or 10 adults and in my tiny college apartment, and then I just kind of start to creep them out, start getting up in people's
Yeah, you-
faces about it.
You get them drunk enough, they don't care about the accuracy either. You sound
Oh,
great.
I love it.
That's right. They don't. But again,
Yeah,
like,
you just put the face on. It's like, oh my god, it's the Joker.
even then, the voice again. That's kind of like what I was saying earlier. The voice doesn't necessarily have to be spot on as long as the mannerisms are. Right, so like one of the things you got to do whenever you do Heath Ledger's Joker is you got to do a lot of tongue. I mean that in like you can do.
I know it.
Yeah,
He always is.
licked lips.
He's always doing that all the time. He's combing his hair and he's doing.
And
Yeah,
you heard why
true,
he did
yeah.
that though, right? Because the prosthetic on
Yeah,
his
the-
lip,
it-
the glue
the
wouldn't
glue
stay
was-
down, so he had to lick it to keep it sealed.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
So it
God,
really
wow.
It
wasn't
became a
like
thing.
something he did as part of the Joker. It was something he was doing to keep the prosthetics on.
Holy cow, that's wild.
Damn, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Well, there you go. So that's the thing that made him, part of his identity.
All right.
That's really cool.
Before we start to
Happy accident.
transition out of this topic, just because if we don't do it, somebody's going to get shitty. Pick your favorite and give some real quick. Whoever your favorite or easiest one would be.
You stink, Doug. Look.
All right, well, I guess we can ask you guys. We can ask the chat if you guys want Drifter or Shax. You can have either one.
Oh, while they're thinking about that too, do you do the whole thing with the warm water, drinking warm water to keep your throat and everything calm, or how do you prep your throat so that you don't get real? You know, like you said, doing the drifters really hard, like
Really
so
hard.
you don't
Yeah.
get wrecked. You know, there's
Mhm.
obviously tips and tricks that people use all the time. Do you have any, or are you just kind of like, fuck it, I'll go smoke a pack and then, throw it, let me hit this real quick. What do you do?
I wish it was that easy. Gosh.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's time to do the Lady for Future War Cult. Hold on, guys.
I love her. She's so good.
I know it's very iconic, but
It is.
How do you pull off imitating that?
I think like for me, I do keep water on my desk all the time. I think in order to really save your voice, it's like I do a lot of voice stretching, so to speak. There's a lot of voice exercises you can do right as you're sitting down. A lot of them sound really, really silly and are really embarrassing, but you've all heard like red leather, yellow leather, repeating that over and over and over and over and over again. That's a good one. Any kind of tongue twister is like, you can just pull them up on Google and do 6 or 7 tongue twisters before you're about to do, a bunch of voices, because I think enunciation is a huge part of doing impressions. And when you talk to people, like, and I'm talking to you guys, my mouth stays pretty closed. We all mumble. But you get it. We all, we're all just hanging out talking. You kind of anticipate what people are going to say. When you do somebody's voice and you're quoting something else, you really have to like,
What's that
really
tongue twister you do?
He just reads them off Google.
Yeah, read them. Yeah, like the Sally sells seashells down with the seashore. You go on and on and on. You
What
can do
was
as
that?
many of them as you want.
That was great.
It looks like they want Shax, by the way.
Shax. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Shax.
let me see. Let me take a sip of the drink.
By the way, I keep advanced GG water next to it.
That was the whole setup that I tried to give him, and he totally missed it.
Like I keep water next to my desk. Not
It was-
advanced GG, but if you do need to purchase some, I have a code.
But he did move the head for the secret.
All right, so let's see. Relax, Guardian. You're scaring them.
Nice.
Damn.
One of my favorite ones, if you're just standing in the tower and he says it at random shit while you're over there at the vault, like one of the favorite things he'll say is, "Did you see the way he threw those grenades? That Guardian's only a danger to himself." It's like one of the best lines, funniest
That was a
lines
good
I've heard.
one.
Yeah.
I like the trade punches. The trade punches. I'll let you go first. He's the only character that's taller than everybody else, too. You notice that?
Not in
that's
V1
interesting.
apparently. I read something about that the other day.
He
Like,
grew.
he used to be taller than Shax, and yeah.
He's the only Guardian taller than everybody else.
So
Interesting.
all right, as we move
That
along
was
here a
very
little
good,
bit,
by the way.
That's
in a little over 2 years of doing this show, I have sent out a lot of DMs, and in those DMs, as I've said, if you have a topic that you would like to talk about, please drop it. It's some version of that DM to everybody. Tej is the only fucker to ever respond with a topic. So, in 2 years.
we
You know
love
the help we can get.
And we
So we'll dive right into it. He wanted to talk about the first week of whatever the hell this bullshit is versus what it's been like the last 3 or 4 years. Festival of the Cost.
Yeah.
So
Ooh, that's my favorite topic.
is it?
That's actually a
It
really
is.
good one. I've seen a lot of interesting feedback on that, actually.
Yeah,
So,
that's kind of what's peaked. I mean, that's what I would have. If I was just playing Destiny, that's what I'd be shooting the shit with my friends about anyway. So
okay.
Give us
Yeah.
your first
Yeah.
reactions.
first
Yeah.
react to this year.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this year, I mean, first of all, the 30,000 foot. I like this better than the Haunted Forest.
I have to agree.
I think this is
Disagree.
a more repeatable, highly more rewarding. The no fail condition is really nice. The timer on the forest was a little bit like get to 15 bosses. And it's like
Yeah, and that was a little rough for the people, and I include myself in this, guys who are not DPS masters who are more of a slow player, you know, if you slow roll, you were fucked. And and I hate to say it, but I think
you got the giant fucking knight.
I would say 50% or more of Destiny players fall into that category where that was real, or you had to know that one guy, like, can you please help me run through it because I suck, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And then the number of chests you're allowed to open being linked to the number of bosses you killed with. Then there was the whole thing of like you could never, if you played solo, you could never get anyone to follow you to the hidden chest you worked so hard to find. I found it. There's an extra thing here. Aren't you guys coming? And everyone's like, no, bye. We're going to the boss room. See ya. And you're like,
we're dragging you forward.
Man.
Or, you know, you get to the final end and then you make a misstep. You're down there dancing with the same dude you couldn't kill before. You still can't kill him now. And you can't get to your chest.
An interesting touch. Like, again, from the nightmare perspective, I thought that was an interesting touch because that's how they work. But,
you know what killed me about that section?
Annoying.
Like, killed me about that section.
What?
The correct path stayed the same all 3 years, every single day, every week of the event. There was one way to go, and once you learned it, you were good for years. That was it. You never once had to try something new.
No, but I was still waiting for that one dude to find the little glitch where, like, hey, guess what? If you use the boot cannon, you can actually launch, you know, Mr. Unkillable off the map. No one ever came up with anything like that.
That was a good reference, by the way. That was great.
But that would have been fantastic if, if you line up a knight in front of Mr. Indestructible and boop him, he will knock that guy back off, you know, or some, you know, tell me some secrets. Tell me, you know, some loophole in the system.
Here's what I'll tell you I don't like about the haunted sectors is, I mean, I love the fact that the decorations are great. They're better than they ever have been. That's great. But the spooky factor isn't there like it was in the Haunted Forest. That's the only thing I miss. Because the way I look at it is like, you know, when you go to the club and it's closing time, they turn on all the lights, right? So then you can see everything. That's the way I feel about these haunted sectors. Like you're at the club, they're closing time.
And Boo, I'm not asking this.
It's not spooky. It doesn't have that scream when you switch. When
You're not turning around. You're not turning around to see Michael Myers there going.
It's not spooky enough. That's the only thing. I love the decoration, but it's not spooky.
I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you last week. At your age, how long has it been since you've been in the club?
I'm not answering that on camera.
Ryan, you're now.
So, but I'm saying,
I definitely, if they darkened the lights and had it be that thing where you could only see where directly you're looking, that would probably add a lot to it. I think personally, the moon is fucking terrifying, and I think that's way more scary than you know, if they had that light aspect, like I think it would be perfect. It would be perfect for that if it wasn't just hanging decorations on the wall. Yeah, and it'd be the same thing, right? Yeah.
So this was my only complaint so far with the way it's set up this season. I'm the guy who's like, I've loaded in. I drop into the tower. Hey, there's Grandma, you know, talking about the candy like she's there every year. So I go run up, you know, I click through all the shit. I grab the bounties. And I go load in, and you know, you're loading into lost sectors this time. It's a little different. It's hey, it's cool. It's whatever. I start playing through, and it's like all manifested pages found. Okay, you know, you get to the next one. All manifested pages found. All right, well, this is weird, you know. And then I see a tweet, you know, hey, if you're not getting, spectral page, if you're not getting pages dropped, switch characters. I switch characters. I go in. All manifested pages found. I feel I'm like an educated man. I'm a smart man, but I played for like 3 or 4 days before I realized. First off, you have to go to other activities to get spectral pages, and then you take the spectral pages into the lost sectors where they're transformed into manifested pages. So I've been wasting a shit ton of time.
Big brain.
And I don't. So.
But did you have a good time?
Yeah. But it's not.
The real loot is the friends you made along the way.
So there needs to be,
as a solo player,
like a little disclaimer as you jump in saying, "Hey, idiot, you might want to go find some spectral pages before you come back in here because you're gonna be spinning your wheels."
There is exactly that, where it says, like, warning, you have no spectral pages or something like that. And that's the only reason I didn't do exactly what you just said.
And Josh,
I'm seeing all my buddies that are...
Who's the educated one now?
All my buddies that already got the emblem, you know, because they've collected enough pages to
I want proof of his education and proof that he passed. we want that diploma, Josh.
Yeah, you're making me concerned, dear.
Yeah.
So, Teach, what else do you like about the?
Anyway, yeah, back to you, Steve. What was your? Did you actually listen to what Grandma had to say, or did you click through and have to figure it out too?
Oh, I'm a big lore nerd, so I never skip. I would never. Like, how could we besmirch the good name of Auntie Eva herself? That would be.
We all know she's not Savathun now, right?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm just saying. Stating the obvious.
Your old man's off the hook.
Yeah.
I just love how like this kindly elderly woman whose only responsibility in D1 was to stand in a broom closet and hand out emblems. is transformed into like the event queen and just shows up several times a year and like front and center in the tower. Is like, come to me, children, and just gives us loot for 3 weeks at a time. I mean, talk about a glow up. That's she really
the best job in the tower.
She made it, man.
Yeah, but then she gotta go Mrs. Doubtfire depressing you and shit, talking about, oh, poor Winston, he died and I miss him.
Oh, you're talking about Carlos and Maria.
Yeah, when she talks about her.
Yeah, Carlos and Maria. Yeah, poor Carlos and Maria.
It's really like, and I just run over there. It's like, okay.
They're hanging out with Venture.
I'm not really listening right now. Can I just have the candy? Can I have the? Can I?
There's always kids like you, Josh.
If I had to find a critique, if I had to critique something, and this isn't necessarily exclusive to this year because I think it's been happening over the last couple of years. In the original version of the Festival of Lost, when you got a mask, 9 times out of 10, it was a mask that had a cute little string that you tied behind the back of your Guardian's head. What we have now are full-on cardboard helmets that have full backs and massive amounts of detail. You're just wearing someone's head. It's actually kind of creepy at this point.
They just photoshopped it right onto you. It's
the
definition of a deep fake.
CPR dummy over his face.
You got the
I kind of missed like the just the front with the string like that. That was masked to me.
I like the instead of the hard plastic little thing with the cheap rubber band that goes around the back, snaps first 10 seconds in the first trick or treat.
I kind of know what you're talking about. I like that too.
But
yeah, I'd see that.
I like the full ones because let me put it this way: take a Titan, okay, get on your full Titan gear, then put on did you ever get the one for the worm? The Zol.
Yeah.
Okay, you look like such a pinhead when you put that on.
Little tiny head, yeah.
Which I have kind of wondered, does it make the hitbox? Is it harder to get a headshot in Crucible?
Maybe.
Does it have some benefits to it? Maybe because if you're the other guy who's wearing the big giant globe, you're just saying hit me.
Yeah, for the pumpkin head, dead ass. I have hit several headshots in Crucible solely because of the pumpkin head mask. Like so everyone's aware. I'm coming for y'all asses if you're wearing.
I think this makes it an easier target.
I think it's just
you look like the one dude on Beetlejuice who had his head shrunk when you put on the Zol mask.
I feel like it's the color change that is actually the eye-catching part that's helping you.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know, man.
So then there's there's that would be my one critique, but then I have to flip it right back to things I love, which I'll preface this by saying that my favorite film of all time, ever, all time, is the original Jurassic Park. So to see Bungie completely embracing that meme with this armor and doing Jurassic Park references on Twitter and giving us T-Rex and Raptor. I mean, oh my gosh, they're just like, just let me just give you my routing number. You can just direct deposit however much you want on a regular. Just take it.
When Bungie announced that a couple months ago, did you totally feel like that was a tie-in that was supposed to happen with Jurassic Park that just fell through because of COVID? Like, oh fuck, the movie got delayed or whatever, and it's like,
no, it was a Godzilla.
Well, yeah, it could have been. I don't know. I think
totally
I think,
felt
I
like
think we had last year. We had the vampire armor, the Frankenstein armor, and I don't even remember what the hunter had.
Yeah, they're
werewolf.
It was the werewolf.
Werewolf, thank you, werewolf. Yeah.
Which
and then like
you could at least tell. Vampire, you could tell. I really didn't feel like Frankenstein was enough.
Didn't quite get
They
there for me.
They needed to square off the head.
It was
man.
Chem flesh.
I don't remember it being anything memorable.
But like to that, but so that they kind of, I mean, I think they knew what was going to win that poll. You're giving us the choice of monsters again or dinosaurs. Like I know that there were people who picked monsters, but like everybody on Twitter going, is this a question? Do we really need to? Do we have to have this conversation? Of course, you want the dinosaurs.
There isn't an 8-year-old boy out there that isn't going to vote for dinosaurs.
There isn't a 26-year-old woman out there who's not going to vote for dinosaurs.
I want to know.
So happy.
I want to know who won the Office Challenge. Who got to pick? A few seasons back when it was like, hey, what are we doing for the seasonal ornament? Hey, I just want to do like jumpsuits. I want this like real sleek thing. A little pullover jacket for the Titan. And what? Who won that office contest?
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Because we're all used to it now. We like the giant, crap. Yeah. We like the rain catchers on the shoulders.
It at this point, yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little underwhelmed though with the design of the dino armor. I mean, I think it's a great idea, but I was a little underwhelmed and a lot of people, and that seems to be a pretty heavy opinion even on Twitter, that it was relatively underwhelming for what could have been. Looking at what the design, like the idea they put out there versus what we actually got.
And why did we not have an
a tail?
Huh? What's wrong with that?
What was the question? Sorry?
Why did we not have an emote though, where you're like standing around like this going?
That would be great.
I need the T-Rex emote.
That would have been great.
Oh my god.
That would have been great. Missed the
Awesome.
boat on that one.
While we're sitting here, there was a question pop up in chat. We got to ask Tej. Talk about your Argo putting on the head last night.
Aggro and the
Aggro, Argo, whatever. It's all the same. So wearing the largest mask in, your GM last night.
Okay, so I made a little outfit because if I don't look good, what are we even doing? And so
Destiny.
I wore the
Don't even get me started.
Raider mask with the somebody told me it was like key head, and that made me chuckle because it kind of does.
Oh, you're talking the Scorn one with the big giant,
giant headdress, yeah. Which I didn't really realize this till I put it on. It's a much larger model than like 99% of the other masks in the game. Like the Vexed one's like the only one that's bigger. It's huge. And so I have had this conspiracy theory for a long time that in endgame content, there's such a thing as like host aggro. And so, like whether it's Atheon on Master Mode, where it doesn't matter where I'm hiding, he only shoots at me if I'm the raid leader for the night, or in the GM last night, where literally the Cabal were like, that one, a shield boop right out, every time through walls, it didn't matter. My teammates were just like, we just shot him, it was easy. And like, shut up, like just I'm dead over here.
But the clouds opened up and God said, I hate you, Tej.
So the joke last night became that I was wearing such a big dingus on my head that all the ads in the whole room were like, that's the guy. We gotta get him. That's the one.
Fuck him up, boys. Jesus.
I mean, it does kind of look like, if you're out in the ocean, one of those buoys.
Wow. Okay. So can we just end on that? That's like, we're not going to get any better ever. Podcast over.
I don't know, man. We've kind of been keeping raising this bar.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
All right.
I think so.
I'm gonna totally kill it then and do the question that we should have asked earlier. Where do you play at, Tej? Are you PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox?
That matters anymore, but
it does only because he's talking about the host aggro, and I want to know. I want to know where.
So prior to crossplay, I was mostly Xbox. I've been Xbox and PC since Destiny 2. I mean, just back and forth when you kind of had to be on the place you wanted to play with people. And I would say that since crossplay, I've been probably 60-40 PC, except for trials, because
the cheating's still a little rough.
Man, I don't know if we're gonna have time to talk about that tonight, but if there is,
it's your floor, man. So
No.
if you
Let's
want,
Absolutely.
All right, I say we slide into that right now. That's a
Go.
hot
Okay.
topic.
Go.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All
Know
right.
nothing about it. It's a channel points reward on my team.
'Cause I see Tej
to
biting
get
it.
me to play trials. I won't do it any other time. But
Tej
I'll
is
listen
about to
to
bite
it.
off his microphone, so let's get to it. Come on.
do you play with
Yeah.
your controller on your PC though? Somebody just dropped a comment.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Nice.
Makes me feel
So-
much better about my life.
Tej
no,
will be
no, I will say-
disconnecting at this point.
I'll say this. I train very hard on an Elite controller to be able to use all 4 paddles at all times so that my thumb never comes off the right stick. I find that
Ooh, that's tough. Wow.
it's really tough, but having to never, these buttons will never wear out because I will never touch the face buttons on the controller because they're all down here. But the idea of like being able to, obviously I can't turn on a dime like on a mouse, but what I can do is aim while moving, which honestly is probably the biggest thing that separates a controller user from a PC player. Anyway, is that or jump while aiming and shooting. Like where you might, because if your thumb never leaves the right stick, a little more dexterity. Anyway, yeah. So the trials. Okay, so
Go ahead. Just we'll
Let
take
it out.
We'll take
Let
the
it
hit.
out, dude.
Bungie can come after us. It's
Okay.
all right.
This
It's
is
not
a
even- it's
safe
not even-
place here.
this is safe. So
Stay
my
healthy.
take is this. Crossplay has ushered in this era of ultimately what is a very positive thing for the Destiny community. We have unity across all the places people play. We can enjoy all the best parts of Destiny together. I think that's awesome. Due to the console players of full Fireteam console only play with console players. If you have a single member on PC, you will be automatically entered into the PC pool.
Yep.
That separation. We talked about this a little bit in a stream a little while ago. The concept of that alone lends itself to more difficult lobbies will always exist on only PC, despite the fact that crossplay exists. And here's why, in my opinion. Xboxes and PlayStation 5s and all these different things are, in I would say the majority of cases, because we're all we're sitting here at our gaming desks, like we are not the majority. Okay, like you're a dedicated game space or gamer, that is not the majority.
Molly is literally sitting under her bed right now, so I would say she's
You
probably pretty close to. She's also in her parents' basement, so.
Good shit, Ryan. Fuck you. Continue, TJ. I was paying attention.
I mean, last week she was in a pillow fort, so it's.
That is true.
Cool, actually, I like that. But as a byproduct of that, what you have is these consoles that are typically shared machines, right? They're your family thing. It's your Blu-ray player. It's your Netflix box. It's all the kids use it at different times of the day, whatever. And so when you have the trials queue, somebody who logs on to Destiny, occasionally sees this weekend event going on, and has the ability to queue it solo, will innately have an easier time on console because there are going to be more people who will have that same mentality, be going in for the same reasons. You don't have a casual, occasional player at their gaming rig dipping a toe into trials for the first. You don't have a gaming rig if you're dipping your toe into trials for the first. So just as by the nature of what a gaming PC represents versus what a console represents, you will have more competitive players that exist exclusively on PC, as opposed to where you have every other player who's plays 10 hours a month on an Xbox or PlayStation 5 or whatever.
Right.
So with trials kind of intermixing these two things, I am of the mind that maybe that it should be based on the majority of your fire team. So because I want to play this on my PC, but some of my guys didn't upgrade to the new console and said they have a gaming PC. I don't want to go tell my friend he has to spend $500 on a Series X so he can have Destiny in 60 frames, and to be able to play trials with us. That feels like, But if we have two Xbox players and a PC player,
Did you say $500 on a Series X?
Well,
what world does that exist
exactly
in?
That today, though. TJ, I got shit from everybody.
Yeah, but
I was bringing all the PC people into their lobby.
Let's rewind that a little bit, because most of the time when streamers are doing carries, they're saying, hey, the two of us we're on PS5. We'll carry someone who's on PS4.
Yep.
and you're leading the lobby. You know, because
I think that's a unfortunate side effect of what we have here is being, you know, the population of PCs innately smaller, more competitive, especially in the Trials playlist. And then, you know, I hate being the person that's like, I would love to help you get to the light. I'm a gilded flawless. Like, I'm not terrible at the game. Okay, like I can hold my own just fine. I don't offer carries because it won't work. But the
there's a difference between
there is.
Yeah.
But for me to say, hey, I'd love to try to get you to Lighthouse. Are you on console? I hate that I have to ask that. That feels shitty to me, right? Like, because then, like, if somebody who needs help getting to Lighthouse and they're only on PC, like, already we're in a situation where, okay, it's you're on PC, but you're not a 2.0 KD. You know,
right.
Me and my friend here, we play comfortable 1.2, 1.3s. We are not ready to go up against Frostbolt. We are not ready to go up against Jake. You know, this is not a situation where we're not getting you anywhere in those lobbies. You know, much less with the flawless pool being in, you know, what it is. I mean, the other day I matched Lucky and Benji sequentially, and I was like, you know, you just kind of emote and then you just leave, right? There's not really, you know, let's try to take a round on him. Like, no, like you.
I'm gonna take my beating.
Somebody who wrote them the other day. I forgot his name, but yeah.
What you didn't know was it was their kids that were playing on their console at the time, and you would have owned their ass.
Oh man, they should have stayed.
Yeah. So it was the wives, respectively.
Yeah. So I think what I would love to see them maybe address. I mean, you know, flawless pool aside, because I think that's a whole nother can of worms that I don't have the solution. It's not working. What they're doing currently is not working. But I would love to see the matchmaking be based on majority, rather than like just the existence of a PC player means that, you know, you're in the PC lobbies. Like, it's just like,
yeah, you're the worst player on the team, but you have the best PC, right?
That is literally exactly how it was with me. I was like, all right, Benny, you're fucking carrying us, bitch. And yeah, it was rough. Like, my 17 or 18-year-old brother, like, had to, like, I brought all the PC people into the lobby, and he with his buddies on Xbox, like, trying to figure out that situation. I was like, sorry guys, my bad.
So if you're trying to give perspective on every aspect of the game, have you attempted solo queue, and what was your thoughts on that if you did?
Yeah, I have attempted solo queue. I've attempted it both on PC and Xbox. You know, I'll say that I've only tried the solo queue post flawless. Now, that being said, in week 1 it was no big deal. It was a lot of fun doing solo queue because the flawless pool didn't exist in any capacity. In subsequent weeks, trying it post flawless, obviously there's the glitch right now where the first 2 matches of every reset card post flawless are in the flawless pool, whether it's on or not. It's just that's a bug. And then anything, you know, on Sunday when you're in the flawless, I mean, it really is the people that are choosing to solo queue post flawless on either space, console or PC, are confident, skilled players. These are guys that these are not people going in expecting to be carried. These are guys going in and be like, I'll 1v3. Like, doesn't matter who my teammates are.
Or they're trying to level up their own skill. They're trying to practice.
Right. And they're highly talented. You know, they're taking on a challenge, right? I think that the
people who haunt me in my nightmares.
They have the best cheats, is what he's saying. They paid $50, not $40 for that year's subscription.
So, what'd you think of the zones?
I actually was on vacation that weekend, so I missed it completely.
Oh wow!
But I was in Disney World, so I'm not going to complain.
Yeah. That's the first weekend I ever even attempted trial since, you know, from this season, and I wish I hadn't.
Well,
I heard a lot of bad things.
They're bringing
I
the
heard
trials.
a lot of bad things.
They're bringing the labs back, right? So it's going to be
true
solo queue.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's only solos this weekend, right? That's the whole thing. It's going to be you can't.
That's weird.
Team. I think
that's weird.
Yeah.
It should be it should be a node. It really should be a node, but I don't understand. Like you're gonna force people that want to play together to be like, yeah, hey, we'll just talk over the phone.
Yes,
like
we won't. Yeah.
Like it's just really odd.
Or you'll be doing that thing where you hit, you know, 3, 2, 1, join, and try to hopefully get matched up together. So like,
I mean, it should be just like Iron Banner freelance. I mean, it should just be either or. Go with the team or go with solo.
They're playing with this. They're going with all these ideas. why not just give us one weekend of 12-man raids? Or 12-man raids.
That was the greatest week ever.
That was
It really
that was a fun glitch.
Oh,
It was enjoyable.
I really
I'm
should
gonna
have put
tell
more
you,
time
so
into
many
getting my
people-
flawlesses done.
So many people came out of the woodwork that week, though. That was one of the greatest weeks in Destiny, because it was like laser tag weekend, if anybody remembers that. But it's good. I'm going way back, right? You can date myself, but that 12-man, I mean, it was so much fun to get everybody in that room, and I mean, more pictures were taken. Twitter was a positive place. It was like
I don't know 12 fuckers.
This is what
so much fun.
My recommendation: last 2 weeks of any given season. Hey, we're getting ready to start something new. Last 2 weeks, give us mayhem raids. Just turn on, give us.
Oh my God!
Let our supers go fucking nuts. Those last 2 weeks. You know how many people will just be like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Do you remember when they did Iron Banner Mayhem? The one time they ever did that? That was
I
nutty.
blocked that out.
Okay, if we're talking about wants, I want to play a game with you guys because I keep a list. I'm gonna go on my phone. I have a list of things I want from Destiny, and you have to tell me if you like them or not.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Oh, this guy comes prepared. What the fuck? Who got us into
I know,
this?
I love it.
Okay. All right. First one. Hunter hood toggle option.
Yes. Yes.
Don't care. Don't play a hunter.
Oh.
No, but I probably would if that was that would.
Well, because right now, technically, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the ornaments. Right now, technically, we have it. Because if you wear that one ornament from last season, there are no hoods on it no matter what. So every cape exists hoodless, obviously. So a little switch would be really nice.
All right. So you see
all right.
the bald head.
Unique perks for exotic sparrows.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
I don't have an argument against it, but I don't really care.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a specific one out here. When we did the raid for the Deep Stone Crypt.
Okay.
That raid sparrow should have given you immunity to the freeze.
Yes.
Right.
That would have been cool.
That's what I'm talking
We need
about.
horns. We need horns back on the sparrows. Just saying.
The horns be good.
The Galler
rotatable
horn.
shaders.
We do have a reverse horn on one of them, don't we?
We need a Galler horn.
All of them do that. Yeah, if you back up, it does a reverse. It goes a little beep.
Really?
Yeah, there's one or two that are in there. I just found that out last night watching an F video, so fuck me, I could be wrong.
Oh, no,
no,
cool.
it's correct. It's 100% correct. You back up, it's like beep, beep, beep on any sparrow. Go ahead.
Okay, rotatable shaders. Like you can change the quadrant where each color.
Oh, fuck yes.
Oh, fuck
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be too. That's too much for my ADHD.
Oh, how many times have you looked at a shader and gone, that's gonna look really cool, and then applied it, and you got like gold and white, and you're like, where the fuck are the rest of the colors?
Hey, hold on.
They're in
You
your
only
fuse.
get the neon green and the white, and that's it.
It's already enough that I have 600 shaders I have to go through to for each gun now to see which one's gonna work, and now we're gonna rotate them. Oh, that'll throw me cattywampus.
The one that drives me nuts is when you see those shaders that is like, a real dark navy blue, black, white, and a gray, and then you go apply it, and like, where the fuck does this yellow piece come from? It's not anywhere in it. But
I just want Glowhoo back.
Okay, pick a few more here. Saved appearance outfits. So you can like just reload a set of shaders and ornaments that you.
It's a loadout, yeah.
Not like a mods. Like your mods would have to stay the same, but just
but
like
appearance loadout,
Yeah, that would be something real easy. I think they could put in the companion app or dim or whatever.
Yeah, you would think.
Just click and go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is kind of a weird one, but I want hang with me here. Okay. Ghost visible toggle. So when you're in like the haunted forest,
you want that motherfucker floating right above your shoulder, right?
He's right over your shoulder, right? So imagine going to the tower and you could turn him on, so he's always right there.
Yeah.
You're always trying to like show off your ghost that you got. A little projection above his head. He just followed you around your shoulder. A little pet. I don't know.
That's a great idea now, but back when we had marshmallow fucking ghosts, no. Do you remember those old, like they look like somebody went and blew up one of those little beach balls?
Oh yeah, the little like round square boys. Yeah.
Yeah, those things were awful.
Yeah, they were pretty bad.
Yeah, but okay, so we have the warlocks have arc buddies. It's possible they could do it. Give us a ghost, an exotic ghost that actually helps, shoots. Give him a job.
All right, I like that. That's cool.
I mean,
How
the
about-
ghost
how
the
about-
ghost already states he's only a key, and that's all he's
Or-
there for.
Instead of shoot to loot, how about get a ghost shell perk? It's like go collect stuff. You know.
Yeah.
How about this? This is my idea. Well, one, every exotic should have a kill counter no matter what.
Agreed.
And I think you should have a toggle for your particular weapon that you can see how many kills you have on a total, not just that particular gun with that particular role. So I would like to see, like, I have 30,000 kills on my Chroma Rush, regardless what gun it is.
Oh,
versus-
on
and-
Chroma Rush, the gun.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah,
that I would love to see
individual
because
roles,
because
like,
I
yeah.
really would love to know that because I
Charlemagne
like
tells you. It's just not in the game.
yeah.
Well, like the dude, oh my god, it's Omar. You know how he had so many freaking 1,000 kills in Crucible specifically with Arantil. You know, and then of course that gun gets sunset, and it's like, how do you delete that?
That's
Yeah.
why my
giant
vault's
gun.
so full because I have like, oh, I've got 5,000 kills on this gun. Oh, I feel bad if I get rid of it.
I got
You
an
know?
idea for a
I get
ghost that I
emotionally
want.
attached to it.
So I got an idea for a ghost that I want, and I got this from actually watching Rick play. What's that stupid game that he plays? The shooter game,
Oh,
the
not
Ghost
Apex.
Recon or whatever the fuck.
Mhm.
So
Rainbow Six.
yeah, that
Yeah,
thing.
Rainbow.
So they at the beginning of the game they have that little drivable car that you can like go and sort out what your enemies are doing. So what if at the beginning of a PvP map you could take control of your ghost, fly him anywhere you wanted, and then hit a button and teleport to where that ghost is.
Yeah, like recon. Yeah.
And while you're doing that, though, if they see your ghost, they can kill it, and it's a death for you.
Yeah.
True. Like a Cade 6 death.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
They're like, oh,
Wow.
You
Way to
got-
bring the room down,
Being
Boo.
able to kill the ghost,
You
but-
got Cade 6.
Use this at your own risk. If your ghost gets shot, you'll be taken to the character
Yeah.
creation screen.
Yeah, that's a fact. Karma death.
Yeah, death to
Character
me.
creation screen. Character creation screen. Let me choose what weapon is displayed on the character creation screen because I'm sick of holding a sniper rifle in one hand like a
Yeah.
maniac. Like,
How about a character creation screen that actually has things that you want to make your character, like mustaches, just
Yeah,
random
guys,
shit.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Sick
yeah.
of the same three
Yeah,
faces.
we need the option to put beards on Guardians.
I mean,
Okay,
I would make a fat guardian.
Like Fat Thor.
You have
If I
a
had-
dad,
if I
a
had to play
dad
devil's
bod
advocate
guardian.
for that.
Yeah.
Yes, I want a dad bod Guardian with a beard.
Yeah.
if I have to play
Funky
devil's
moves.
advocate
Good
for
move in
this
the
with the business angle of this, right?
Oh, okay.
There's one thing that would probably have to happen before we get facial hair and other better hairstyles and things like
Yeah.
that. We'd probably have to be allowed, like NPCs, to go helmetless on planets. Because
That is a good point.
the only reason it would be worth it for them to put that level of investment into that feature set.
Yeah.
Because honestly, when was the last time you had toggle helmet to off even at the tower? Like nobody even does it.
I
anymore.
do.
No. Here's the deal.
It's
though.
weird to me.
I have
And
taken so many photos of people like down there in Ava 1's area. You know, they're down there in the loom. It's got the worst lighting on the character. It's directly overhead. There's so many shadows. I will take shots of people who's not wearing it and send it to them like I've had him, and not say a word, just send it to him, and then reply
How
back. It's
toxic
like,
of you.
oh my god, my character is so ugly. He's like, I'm sorry.
Totally
It's a
scared.
Seinfeld episode where it's like the bad lighting. She like looks like a completely different person.
Yeah, man. hands.
Bad lighting shamed them.
All right, do you have more on your?
Scary.
Do you have more on your list of wants from
Yes.
Destiny?
I do, yeah.
We need it.
Let's-
We need it. Keep him.
Yeah.
This is great.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So here's all right. A photo room with cyclable lighting options and emotes, so
That would
that
be
when you
cool.
want to take
A
pictures of
photo
your
booth.
guardian,
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
you can
That'd
change the
be
lighting.
super cool.
Because everybody
Yeah.
knows the stasis lighting looks the best for screenshots, but you only get it when you're on like the inventory screen and not,
Ha-
Also,
Have
here's
you played
a fun
other
like,
games with photo modes that
Yes.
allow you to do amazing things? You know.
The only thing like none of them have been live service games. Those are all like,
Exactly.
every game
Yeah.
with a photo mode also has pause, which is Disney just doesn't
Yeah.
have. So,
Yeah.
But if you get
Wow.
the only time you can truly access it out in the world is if you're playing a solo mission. You
That'd
know,
be cool.
where you could
like an instance thing. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd be into that.
Well, you remember when
Um,
Halo had the where you had the photo mode where you could change the angle, you could pause it and change the angle of that scene
like
and play it
theater
out
mode,
from
like
all.
your
Yeah.
PvP matches and stuff.
Yes, I love that where you can change the angle and you can see. Oh yeah, that jerk really did. Get me. Or that did.
The irony of them calling that ghost camera.
Right. Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
All right.
A bus
okay,
full
this
of
one-
nuns says the photo booth can replace Master Rahul.
Yeah.
Oh, replace
Yeah.
him completely. Jeez.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, someone would figure out a way to do that ghost photo mode inside of PvP, and it would be the new corner peeking.
Oh yeah.
That
somebody would
That way you
hack
could
the
look
game or
into the
something.
void.
It would be implemented and disabled in like 12 seconds.
It's like, well, you know, and this would be the one time where Telesto's like, well, at least I'm not that.
Yeah.
That's where you
Okay.
look into the void and it looks back because it's a camera.
This will be this is a little corny, but I'm gonna read it out loud. I'm gonna embarrass myself in front of y'all, you guys.
It's okay. I do it all the time.
I want a get cozy emote where you sit on the ground and prompt a guardian to sit next to you and can lean their little head on your shoulder.
I don't see a problem with that.
Okay. I don't see a
The
problem.
one that I've wanted for
No.
a long time is, you know, the Russian
I've never
Cossack
heard of
dance,
that.
where it's like a teabag dance, but they're kicking their legs and everything. The
Oh
Russian
yeah, the
Cossack.
little yeah.
I want that. I want that dance.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, you kind of have it with the Pennywise in a
A
way.
little bit.
Close.
A little bit. Yeah.
No, but it is 100% the teabag dance.
They need the Spider-Man 3 Tobey Maguire dance. That's got to get in
Oh
there
my
somewhere.
gosh, where he's going down the
Yes.
main street. Oh my gosh.
Yes,
yeah.
when he comes out and he does the clap. Yes, that has got to happen.
That'd be great.
I don't know why it hasn't.
Okay.
My favorite emote is the like the slow dance one.
It's really
but
cute.
I
That
won't
that
do
one's
the fancy one.
creepy. I'm sorry,
No,
it's
this one
creepy.
is adorable. Listen, I'm dating someone long distance, and that's the closest we're gonna get for a very long time. Okay, let people love things. Like I
There you
want
go.
the cozy emote.
You had to go there.
We'll sign a petition.
Like,
All right. I want ornaments earned by usage. So all exotic weapons should come with one, kind of like a catalyst. So after a certain amount of time using or doing a certain thing with that weapon, you would unlock an ornament for that weapon.
It's like masterworking it in a way. It's, you know how we used to actually in Destiny 1 use weapons to get them to level up. You know, give us a different character to chase. And
Right.
I like that. I like that.
Well, I think you should pay
yeah.
for them like you do dungeons now.
I think Catalyst should all be.
Oh,
that.
did I
Just-
say that out loud?
Just use it until you perfect it, not go find XYZ and then Then
Well,
run
I was thinking
through-
about like how cool would it be like because I was talking to my friends about how much I miss Whisper being a relevant weapon at all. And
Just having a good weapon that just doesn't get nerfed.
I know,
Yeah.
right? I forgot
So-
already.
But like, how cool would it be is like after 1,000 precision kills with Whisper, you got an exclusive cosmetic ornament, so that when you had
Yeah.
it onto the tower, people would be like, "Oh shit, he got 1,000 precision kills with Whisper. That's ridiculous."
How much did
Like-
you pay for that?
Yeah, I got a recov on that. Somebody did it for me.
All right, I want an individual trophy room / ship interior where you can invite up to 6 people to see all your favorite stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta go in there and humble brag. That's what.
Hey,
Hey,
I
go
used
in there. Go. Why don't you
used-
come into my room?
I used to play Star Wars Galaxies and stuff. You can take trophies and mount them on the wall.
Like Warframe.
Yeah.
I think Warframe does something like that.
Well, that was our almost what we had on Europa. I kind of thought that was what the tent was going to turn out to. Then it just ended up being a bunch of holograms in Tanix's head. But the idea of that being like, this is where my collection lives.
But it's
I
like
like
one
that.
place-
I actually like
it's
that.
like
Yeah, that
one
was great.
place
We
in
had
all
the-
of Destiny you can find toilet paper.
Yes, exactly. I was gonna say that too. Except for
Crows hide out
Everywhere-
on the
Okay,
ADZ.
yeah, everywhere
Wow.
everywhere crows hung out, he's got a little.
Right?
He's got a mop bucket that he goes to the bathroom in.
Anytime I got a shit, I just hop off the ledge and then Ghost revives me. You know, and I'm cleared out. I'm good.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Well, he doesn't have
I stepped
he
away
doesn't
to
have
talk
that
to chat
problem
for 2
anymore.
seconds.
Yeah, it's
So I
like,
come back to-
it's like I'm in the tower, you know, and it's like back in there across from where Cade was at. It says days since last accident 1. I'm like, shit break, guys. Be right back. It's down to 0.
I want the tower announce system back.
The PA, yeah.
Yeah, where they
Oh,
yeah
yes,
where,
from
they
where
would.
D1.
where
Yeah.
Cade was looking for his ghost and then he found it.
Looking
Or
for
his,
Sparrow,
his
yeah.
arrow. Yeah, that was great.
I-
The
Pretty
best
good.
one we
One of-
had.
I
is
want to
one
know
of my-
what's. I want to know
that's
what's
one of-
going on with the D1 tower. Those construction fuckers have been there forever.
4 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It doesn't look like they've accomplished shit.
It's just an
No.
eternal smoke break of like
Well,
them
they're
just
the-
kind of sitting on a steel beam smoking. Like
They're all working on this tower too, because you can see them. They've been welding in the same spot for
No, they're scared shitless because Trevor's loose.
without
now.
glasses, by the way.
He's
'cause
made-
there's
he's
no
made it
OSHA
out.
on there.
You hear a random
scared to
scream.
go in. they like rock off to see who's gonna go in, and then
That's
Trevor fucking eats their ass. Not
We
even in
need
a good
Trevor
way.
screaming through the normal tower where we're at now. Every so often, he comes running by and kills somebody.
Yeah, Trevor was
You're
relevant
AFK
for
for
like
2 seconds, and
5
someone
minutes.
pushes you into fucking Trevor. Like, oh my god, yes, please.
Or if you
Well,
go
they-
for too long, here comes Trevor.
What else you got on your list there, bud?
Yeah.
All right, on my list, I got. I want weapon trading, but it has to be the exact same weapon, not perks, but it has to be the same physical weapon. So I don't want it to break PvP. I don't want you to be able to give people an exotic for a blue. But like, I think if I've got a Chrysiramello and you've got a Chrysiramello and you have the role I want and you like my role, we should be able to swap those 2 guns.
How'd you pronounce that? That was good. I didn't know that's how you say that gun name.
Chrysiramello?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he worked on it because I ran. Yeah, whenever I'm like, it's that that one
It's the-
from
The Chrysler. Chrysler
Yeah.
Mello.
The Chrysler.
Mary Chrysler.
Very,
Mary
very
Chrysler. Yeah.
So take that. Think about that though. We're getting ready to do weapon crafting. What if in this weapon crafting we can add sockets to a gun? Add an additional socket instead of having to decrypt something in the Umbral decoder on tier 3 to get an extra socket with an extra perk. Add a socket to it, and then when you dismantle something, you can choose which one of the perks as you dismantle it that you can store to put into something else.
Whoa. That's really
A
cool.
lot.
It's real
That's a
complicated.
good
but
idea,
it's real
though.
cool.
Yeah, what I heard is way more investment and money than Bungie is going to spend on this game at this point. That's what I heard.
Probably.
It's-
It
It's
sounds
so cool,
technically
though.
complicated.
So, all right, you got a couple more there for us, or
Yep, I got 5 more. I
Alright.
want an expanded emote wheel. I don't want 4 directions. I want to be able to just like
Yeah.
in 100 other games choose from 20 that you have lined up around a wheel.
Fair enough. I like it.
I want to rotate the ship on the detail screen like you do with the sparrows.
Yes. There you
Yeah,
go.
Yes.
that would be
There
cool.
you go.
I would just
I
like the
wanna
ship to
rotate.
do anything.
I want to rotate guns. I want
Sure.
to see the other side of it.
Rotate.
Show me the model.
Yeah.
You know.
I want the lore button to be a toggle and not a hold, because gosh darn it, my finger gets tired holding
Yeah.
down the lore
Very good.
while I sit there and read for 10 minutes. Okay. And I want lightsabers, man. Give me some energy swords. Where are like
What is he? Yes.
Wouldn't
Fun.
Wouldn't it be
Wow.
nice
Easy
in,
one.
in Destiny to see non-traditional humanoid guns?
Yeah.
So,
What do you mean?
okay, so we
Yeah, the
always
closest
we
thing
think
is
of
the fucking toaster. Yeah.
we think of weapons as guns or swords or whatever, but like in certain versions of science fiction, which is basically what Destiny is, they've had other weapons like spider legs that spring out of your back and kill people. Just some kind of random weird shit. Like, give me random and weird. I don't need a
Like
fucking
Overwatch?
hand cannon. I don't
Yeah.
care. Just something different.
Hey,
I don't
you know,
just
I
need a
played
gun.
I played Darksiders 3. How about an energy whip?
Anything.
Or how about any Soul Calibur folks in the?
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so Ivy's
Yeah. Or sword.
sword that turns into
Yeah.
a whip if you like detach it from it. That'd be cool.
I mean, there's
We
a
need a
million.
stasis bow.
Okay, this is not a weird weapon, but I'm gonna share my dream weapon. There's a couple folks in the chat that have heard this before, but you guys haven't heard it. I think you'll like it. So I'm a big anime nerd. Watch a lot of anime. One of the things I want from the Witch Queen is I want a hive-inspired katana that's kind of like the big chainsaw sword. What the hell's its name?
Lament.
Yeah.
Lament.
Yep.
Shit.
I love this. Shit.
So kind of
I
like
thought
like
Lancer,
Lament.
so.
Yeah. And, like you rev it up as a chainsaw and you do the crazy attack. I want this hive-inspired katana where that when you hold down the block, you actually don't get a block. You're completely vulnerable. But instead, you like hold it by your hip and start charging. And while it's charging, just like with Eyes of Tomorrow, you can tag up to like 6 enemies on your screen in a certain range. And then when it's done charging, you let go and you cut through all of them and do a certain amount of damage to them, and you're like over to a new spot.
Damn.
Nice.
That would be like a Hive Eyes of Tomorrow.
I was about
Kind
to
of.
say it's like part Lament, part that others like the Titan hammer that you spin.
Yeah.
Like that's
Gambit would get
cool.
stuck. Gambit
It'd
would
be really
suck
cool.
with that one. Oh my god.
I mean, you'd have to have a slow enough charge time, Cass, where you know, you if you're just sitting there completely vulnerable and not moving, like somebody's just gonna come over you and be like, "You're bye," you know, you know,
Yep,
like,
yeah.
or just move around a corner so you break the tracking list.
So kind of going back to what you're saying about like some of the like the hoodless. I was kind of thinking about this, so I had to look it up on my screen on my game. But like the hoodless, toggle hood on and off with with your cloak.
Yeah.
There's like 2 or 3 of the Titan ornaments for your mark, where if you put it on, and one of them is that I'm looking at. It's Hardy's orders.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me flip it around right
Hardy-
quick. It's this.
Whoa.
It's this one.
Oh,
Whoa,
I got a headache.
that's a Titan ass.
Hardy's orders.
Okay.
It, yeah, the
if you're wearing that, you will not. You don't magnetically attach your hand cannon or sidearm to your back. It attaches on your leg, just like Shaq's.
No way.
Yes, it's like it treats it. Shaq's actually has a holster, which I think we should get a Titan mark that actually is just
instead of just like an
holster.
action figure where it just adheres to your leg.
But when you're wearing that one, that's one of the ones. You will have it attaches like a holster. It
like
just
that.
attaches to your leg, which I think it's part of the look. You like to go with. Makes it fun.
Yeah, I think that's really neat. I'm gonna have to experiment with that on my Titan now.
So, do you have anything else left on your list? Because we are starting to run up against it, so I want to.
That's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much my Destiny desires.
All right, so
Those
we've
are
got
really great. The emote one's still my favorite.
we've got about 10 minutes left, so let's get you through these final 5 questions. You ready, Boop?
Lay him on me.
What is your favorite food?
Pizza. I'm boring.
No, it's
What
awesome.
kind of? Hold on. What kind of pizza?
Pepperoni pizza only. Nothing else.
Love it.
That's it. I love it. What
Cheese and
style?
pepperoni, red sauce.
New York, New York style, Brooklyn style.
I do like some New York style, man. I went to college in New York, so I really that's that'd be great. Yeah, let's go to New York style pepperoni pizza. Big
Yeah,
slices,
I'm with
fold
you.
them in half, eat them like
And
a
with the
calzone.
pepperonis that
my
curl up?
gosh. Yep.
The pepperonis that
No,
curl
I
up?
like them. Don't
Cool. You like
curly
the flat pepperoni?
You don't want them
Yeah.
holding little pockets of grease in each
No, I don't.
So that's
Oh,
buffalo pizza
But
right
that's,
there.
that's the way at 2:00 in the morning after a hard night of clubbing, when the lights come on. When the lights come on, you know what I'm
Back to the
talking
club.
about.
Back to the
Right.
club.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
Next question.
All right, what's your favorite drink, alcoholic and non-alcoholic?
Ooh, alcoholic. I like an Eagle Rare 10-year bourbon.
Oh.
Neat, no ice.
Okay.
Oh, we got Fancy Boy over here.
I was gonna say.
Yep. I'm not a big. I don't like Scotch very much. I like Scotch okay. I don't really like whiskey, but bourbon sits in that nice little medium sweet spot. And then non-alcoholic. I mean,
The correct answer is Advanced GG. Just
Yeah, I was gonna say, what flavor is gonna be the? It's gonna be the go-to.
so my favorite G Fuel is oh gosh, right now it's changing all the time, but Miami Nights is my current favorite flavor. It's very coconut meets tropical cherry. It's like very, very fun, kind of punchy.
Now, doesn't Ask Us have the nasty? His was tagline nasty.
I think you've got the 2 brands mixed up, but
Yeah, got me a Bahama Mama or something like that.
Bahama Mama's on G Fuel, yeah. Yeah, that's a.
Oh, G
yeah.
Fuel Advanced Cheat. Yeah, I'm thinking Advanced Cheat Sheet.
Yeah, I called it the wrong thing on purpose just
You
to see if he'd
should-
catch it. But you didn't. But Josh, you get the next question.
All right. So if you can have anyone voice your ghost, who would it be? Which, by the way, this is a Bungie. This would be a cash cow. Eververse this one. I will pay to have a certain voice actor do my. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh.
And you have to
And
imitate it.
anybody alive or dead?
Yeah.
Anybody alive or dead?
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
anybody.
And you have to imitate it with a line.
Okay. Well,
necessarily.
I mean, I have to. I mean, it's culturally relevant in my mind right now, so I think it's probably why I'm going to this first. But I would absolutely have a voice of a ghost done by Jeff Goldblum, of course. Yes, Jeff. Obviously, it would be something that would be just full of life and spirit, and you could feel it flowing when it talks to you about all the fun things you do with your weapons, and oh my, yes.
And we'd have to lose a fucking planet just to get those voice lines put in the game.
Yeah.
The content vault would be overflowing for that.
He would be like, well, there it is. We've woken the hive.
Yeah. Behind this door, but then it's not.
Oh my god.
We're all doing
or
Jeff
is it?
Goldblum now.
Yeah. Oh no!
Bye, Molly.
We lost somebody. There we go. She's coming
And
back.
there's Vic.
My bad. Everything's okay. Nobody
I
get it.
mean, I was always going with Paul Bettany for the Jarvis, the
Sure.
Jarvis voice, but after Boot brought it up last week, I'm like thinking, okay, yeah, I could probably go with Bobcat Goldthwait,
Yep.
like from the old Police Academy, That would be cool. That would be great.
All right.
Yeah.
So this should be a question easy for you to answer since you spend a lot of time on the internet.
Okay.
Tell us about a time that you were embarrassed on the internet.
Oh man, you want like a fun embarrassment, like
Other than right now.
like a shitty embarrassment.
Yeah, like other than hanging out with
Other
us.
than right now, yeah.
Yeah.
It's your choice. It's your choice. Whatever.
Yeah, you can tell us what Jarvis story you want.
Man. Let's see.
I mean, because we're gonna find it funny no matter what. So.
Okay, all right. Here, I got one for you. I posted a picture once of a Sunday night kind of chill session, watching movies or playing video games with my wife. We were on the couch, and it was one of those like POV, like lounge photos, right? It's of the TV, and I think some show was on there that was culturally relevant at the time. It was Tiger King or something in COVID or whatever. And it's one of those things you're like, oh, people engage with this just because it's that show that they also like that they're watching or whatever.
It wasn't his wife and his wife kid about what the fuck is that woman doing on the couch? No.
Go on.
So I post this picture, and I thought, oh, cool, it's a good shot, whatever, and I leave it. You go and check your phone. I had like a bunch of notifications. Hell, that's weird. It's not that good a picture. Jeez, it's just So I started flipping the notifications. Somebody who follows me had gone to the corner of the image, zoomed in as far as they could go, screenshot it as a reply, with a lovely, grainy, blurry, but still very defined image of my hairy big toe from the corner of the coffee table that I had missed in my framing somehow. And said something along the lines like, wow. Like, what? Like, what? Like,
But you can hold a pen with that.
am I supposed to react to that? So I'm like, what? Are you upset that I have feet? Like, what's the problem here? And of course, like everybody's like, I have never seen that long of hair on a big toe before. Like, I'm not a very hairy dude. I don't have chest hair. I can't grow a beard. I got nothing. But apparently that's where all wet. It's all on the knuckles of my big toe.
Hobbit's his feet.
His toe's got like 8 knuckles.
Yeah, it's like it was the weirdest.
Do you shave that toe now?
Oh, I trim now. Yeah, I'm very self-conscious. It's ruined me for life. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Are you trying to get sponsored by Manscaped? Get them a new trimmer
Yeah,
for your
that's all I gotta
toes?
do.
Look
what happened to you on Twitter, Manscaped. Save me.
Oh god.
I got a toe like a baby's butt.
Molly, you got the last one?
I was about to say, is it my turn? All right, your favorite swear word.
Ooh.
Well, as
Okay.
we've already discovered, he uses the beep when he curses.
Oh.
He's got the
Well, that's
editing
fun.
box.
I mean, let's see. My favorite swear word. Gosh. I think.
All right, hold on.
If
If
you
you
sound
stub to
appropriate.
that hairy toe, what comes out the mouth?
So a
He
bus
likes
full of
to yell
nuns,
shit
He likes
when
to
we-
yell shit.
I do yell shit a lot. Yeah, that's
So-
like no, yeah. Like I'm doing scary games right now because it's October, and I like an idiot
Lots
have
of
given
shit
my
yelling.
chat the like command for jump scare me at any moment that you like. And so they do it, and my default when I'm not expecting to, I just go shit like it really comes comes flying out like like I'm gonna launch into orbit or something with the power of my voice. So I guess probably like a good hearty shit is probably
A good hearty shit.
All right,
Good
so-
hearty-
But
So
You know,
here-
a well
All
primed.
kinds of ways, man.
There is nothing sweeter than a well primed shit. I'm telling you, that is.
I mean,
That's right.
You
Josh
just
wouldn't
throw-
know about it every time he needs to. He jumps off the fucking edge of the world.
Right.
yeah.
He kills himself.
This ghost takes
So
care of it.
here's the real question: is your wife watching right now?
Probably not. I think she's grinding Final Fantasy 14 online. So
Okay, well, tell her after the show to tweet us at Unfiltered, on Twitter, what your actual favorite.
Yes,
Curse word is.
because last week our guest was like, well, it's probably, and he's like, son of a bitch or something like that, and his wife is off screen playing a game, and it's the first time we hear her voice. No, it's fuck.
And he's like, "Yeah, you're right."
Yeah,
He's like, "You're right."
Yeah, actually.
I don't even know what she'd say. I mean,
That's the reason why we want her to tweet at us, because you don't know what the answer, but she does.
I mean, she'd probably tell you that. But I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know if that would fit in the 280 characters.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we can
That's
shorten it.
Yeah, abbreviate it.
All right, so we have had you for 88 minutes right now. So at this point, we're just going to say thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we're going to get you the hell out of here because we want to keep close to
thank
your
you
90
so much
minutes.
For coming on.
It has
Yeah,
been a
it was
blast. So
And
Yeah.
where and Tej, where do we find you, bud?
yeah.
Yes.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at BDTeej. I'm on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube as Big Daddy Teej, all one word. That's pretty much it. I don't really hang anywhere else.
And
You can
for
find me
those that-
IRL at 17. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's
And what's your
And for
phone
those
number,
that
real
came
quick?
in late, it's not TJ, it's Tej.
that's right. Just
Yeah.
Teej is great.
Yeah.
Okay. Did it fuck you up when there was a Deej working for Bungie? Did that
You have no idea the number of people in my actual real life at conventions that would be calling me Deej in person. I'm like, it's not. It's wrong.
No,
Yeah, it's not funny
So-
anymore, guys.
I'll tell you a real quick story and get you out of here. I have a friend in real
Grandma.
life whose name is David Dag, which is Deej's real name. Not the same guy,
No.
but he writes it
same
down.
name.
Every once in a while, people go, "Are you? No, you don't. No, you're no. Okay, yeah, you are. No, you're not." So every once in a while, that Destiny person catches it. So
Oh man.
Well, Tej, can you sign us off in a voice?
Of course.
Drifter.
Are you primed
Can it-
enough for Drifter? Are
We
you
gotta
primed
do
enough?
it.
Are you primed? Are you good for a little Drifter?
If I have to usually quote them before I can do custom stuff. So let me give you a Drifter quote, and then I can do a quick sign off for the Drifter. So. I'm sorry. Were they saying something? Cause they're dead now.
That's perfect. I love it.
Yeah.
And with that, thanks for joining the podcast today, brother.
Trust.
Love it.
on
Thanks,
that
love
note,
man.
we're gonna call it a night. Thank you guys.